Hi, I'm Katrina Wilson, and I am running for school board member, District 1. I've been a lifelong educator for more than 30 years, and I have served in Miami-Dade County Public Schools for almost 40 years. I think that I have a depth of knowledge about education and an experience that has allowed me to understand many, many details from the very, very lowest of the low to the very, very highest of the high. Education is the gateway to the future. I think it allows you to dream. Our children are the single most important thing to the future of our city, the future of our country. The more we give to them, the more we impart into them, the stronger we are. My top priority would be to stay in line with where we're headed. I would ensure transparency of the use of taxpayers' dollars through being just that, transparent. The one thing I learned about being a principal is that I always was available to my parents, even in the toughest of times. Voters should choose Katrina Wilson to represent them on Miami-Dade County Public School Board. 1, because I'm a product of Miami-Dade County Public School Board. 2, I began at the age of 18 in Miami-Dade School Board as a clerk, and I worked my way up and through. I have had successes with children, and I have been able to take the least of kids and make them the best of kids. I can see their futures. I see their futures in the eyes, not only of the child, but I see it in the eyes of the parent. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to work with, to believe with, and to achieve with the parent, the teacher, and the child. That's why voters should vote for me.
Every drop has a purpose. It nurtures more than just our gardens. Protect what connects us. Conserve what sustains us. Because water is life.
Plastic bags don't go in the recycling. It's Recycle Right, the game where we find out what's recyclable and what's garbage. Ready to play? Go! So many items we toss daily like cardboard, cans, cartons, glass, and plastic bottles can actually be recycled in our curbside collection program for a cleaner community. The rest is garbage, like your uncle's aim. When you recycle right, we all win. Take your victory lap.
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
What's up, High Little News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our show. We talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And of course, we have the political tea, the political candidates, and the interviews and everything in between. I am so excited to welcome you guys to our special edition election coverage that we're going to be doing between now and definitely the primary election, where we're trying to get as many candidate interviews in as possible. And so today I'm so excited to have our next guest on. We are finishing out our Miami Garden seat 4 candidate interviews with candidate Angela Wynter. And then we're starting our school board, Miami-Dade County School Board District 1 candidate interviews today. So I love it. I love it. Y'all make sure y'all are in the chat already. Hey, let me see who's in there. Hey, Andrea, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes. Come on, Tammy, you already know commercials means money, and money means that we could get funded to keep doing what we're doing and providing these free service for the community, right? And we don't charge candidates to come on our show, unlike other places. Like other little, we don't do that. So in order for us to keep doing what we do, we need advertisers. And so thank you to all of our advertisers that you saw at the top of the show. Let me see who else is in the comments. So wait, Katrina about advertisement. Oh, JJ interview. She saw the post go up and the cash register run. And here's the thing, anybody can run ads through our podcast because we sell advertising. So Yep, she did. Supporting Thera Johnson all the way to school board. Okay, okay. All the way from South Carolina. That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all got fans in here already. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost close to our monetization. We have reached the subscriber count. We can always get more subscribers, right? But we're trying to get our viewer count up. So let y'all keep liking it and commenting and sharing it. What's up? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So without further ado, because we're running a little bit behind and I want to be mindful of the candidates schedule, we're going to kick it off with our first candidate of the night. She is from Miami Gardens, running for Miami Gardens City Council seat 4. So she gives me a thumbs up backstage and she's ready to go. I'm ready to put her on the screen and we can get into this conversation. And also too, y'all already know, y'all can ask y'all questions in the comments like we did with candidates Rod Mack and Makita Cherry Prime. So y'all get it going in the comments. So if you're ready to go, Angela, backstage, if you give me a thumbs up, I'll welcome you to the show. All right. She's ready. She's ready. She's ready. Fired up to go. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Hey,
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? So
I'm
can we
good. Well,
talk? We ready
yes.
to talk?
Can we talk? Hey. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for kicking
Thank
off
you so much.
tonight's special edition candidate interviews. Um, and so I'm glad to have you on. So thank you.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Cool. So if you're ready to jump into the questions, I'm ready to, get the conversation started.
Listen, I'm ready.
Let's go. So,
Okay.
Angela, introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us about yourself, your background, and what inspired you to run for Miami Gardens City Council.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Maria Wynter, and I'm running for council seat 4 because I deserve, the city deserves a leadership that listens, a leadership that serves, and a leadership that delivers. So, as a small business owner for the last 35 years, I learned about serving the community, hard work, dedication, and putting people together. I'm a mother of 3, a grandmother of 4, and I'm also a widow. But with all said that, I'm
Mm.
here to serve in the beautiful city of Miami Garden. So I need the city of Miami Garden, not just one. I need them to vote for me because I know I'm the best candidate to serve forward in the beautiful city of Miami Garden.
Okay, okay. Thank you for breaking that down and for introducing yourself to the audience. And just so you know, if you see keepers in the audience, that's what we call our viewers and our fans of the High Low News Can We Talk podcast. So what's up, keepers in the house? I see a few people and I see my mom just jumped on. So my next question, Angela, is why are you the right person for this job? What professional, community, volunteer, or leadership experience have you had that best prepares you to serve on the Miami Gardens City Council? Please share specific examples of what you've done that translates to the responsibilities you'll have if elected.
Okay, I have a degree in building construction, and I just got my teaching degree in the last 3 months. I've been in the school system from 2014. So leadership is what I believe in. I I work on a lot of organization, and I always been working, I always been giving, I've always been serving the community. So I really, it's already built in because I'm a very hard worker. And when, they always say Jamaicans have like 4 jobs, I'm
Yep.
one of them. I'm really one of them. So, I'm a Jamaican. So with being a Jamaican, I work really hard. So I'm always going, I'm always serving, I'm always doing, I believe in the kids. And I know I is a lot of the kids right now, students right now, that graduated from Carl City, they see me in the street and they like look at me and say, "Hey, Miss Winter, how you doing?" And when I look at them, I see the product that I know that they were going down the wrong way, and because of the love I show them, I am so proud to see them going the straight and narrow way right now. So I know I will make a good impact to our city
Thank
if
you
I'm
for breaking that
elected.
down. Thank you. Um, One of the issues residents consistently raise is traffic around Hard Rock Stadium during major events. What solutions would you support to reduce traffic congestion and improve the quality of life for nearby residents while still embracing the economic benefits the stadium brings to the city?
Wow, that is and like a everyday questions, concern, a everyday question about the traffic light, the traffic around the stadium. But I want to work directly with Hard Rock. I want to work directly with Miami-Dade County, with law, with the police officers, and with traffic control to see what kind of study we can have to make the all this traffic, I would say, troubles in the city of Miami Garden be much easier on our residents.
Okay. Thank you for breaking that down as well, Ms. Winter. My next question is about Miami Gardens and development. Miami Gardens continues to grow and attract new development. What is your vision for the city's future? What types of development do you support, and how would you balance economic growth with protecting the character of existing neighborhoods?
Okay, the growth in Miami Garden. I remember when we did not have anything. On 183rd, it was the flea market. And now we have
A little flea market.
now we have a whole mall. So, you know, the growth, I will continue working with the council members, the resident, to make sure the growth get expand in the city of Miami Garden. I want to see we have our own more restaurants, nice dining restaurant. So I want to work alongside with a lot of the business owners and bring in new developers to make business in Miami Garden, so we don't have to go out and enjoy ourselves. We keep the money in our city.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that as well. And do you have specifically like any ways that you want to like work to attract new development? Like, so I just want to make sure that
Yes,
you know,
to attract new development, bring in different, like as what I say, restaurants, you know, mm, stores, different brand names, different everything different in the city of Miami Garden. So we can instead of we can have a nightlife here, like how instead of going out, we can have our own little, you know, enjoyment here in the city. Keep and with that, it will keep the homeowner, the resident taxes down because we are bringing more investment, more business into the city of Miami Garden. So that will help us to keep our taxes down, and we have, more development in the city of Miami Garden.
gotcha. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I want to give you a chance to really like share your vision for like the future and attracting new development. But switching gears a little bit, residents often tell us they're concerned about public safety, property taxes, and you kind of just spoke on that right now, illegal dumping and unpermitted campers or RVs being parked in residential yards. Of these issues or others you've heard from residents in your district, which would be your highest priorities and what actions would you take to address them?
Okay, the dumping is one of my main mm, problem right now because right there I think it's 27th Avenue. No, 27 court on 151st to 153rd. They have dumping, people dump all the time over there. Don't care. I know that I report it, they come and clean it up, but people still dumping. So I want to make sure I have a system that we stop dumping in our city because it do not look good. People just throw stuff out on the street, and I'm seeing this back, and it do not make our community look, beautified. So that's one of my main issue about the dumping. The RV situation, I believe that if you have an RV in the back of your yard, make sure you are paying. The city is supposed to, at least you're registered and you're paying some kind of taxes to keep it back there. Make sure you have, and you're registered every year to make sure you renew it and not have nobody living inside of the RV. It needs to be very safe and well, cover up, and your privacy fence in the back. So I believe, it's not everybody have, like, they go out camping. So I would never say, oh, all the RV to come out, but just like, make sure it's a certain size, and you pay your every year taxes on it. That's what I
Okay.
believe.
Thank you for breaking that down. My next question is about serving on the city council. Serving on the city council can be challenging, especially when residents are frustrated or emotional. How do you personally handle pressure, criticism, and conflict? Can you share an example of a time you had to lead through a difficult situation or respond to a strong public criticism?
Okay. Right now, you know, I went viral on Facebook because of
What
something
happened?
I
I'm mad I
posted.
missed this. You went viral?
Yes, so because I posed for the TPS, and they
Mhm.
were going in on me. But guess what? And they were telling me to go home. So
Wow.
it's okay. But I learned to stand back and let people vent. Because people gonna vent, and sometimes people just being frustrated at that moment. So at that moment, it's okay. I know how to get that thick skin and don't let people get under my skin, as because it's okay. And I know, working with the council member, I will stay calm. I will
Mhm.
try to step back, because when you have God and when you have peace inside of you, you know when you want to vent, you go in your little closet and scream and come back. You
Mhm.
understand me? So
Sometimes you gotta just get it out.
sometimes you want to get it out, but me, I walk away and then I scream in my car. But sometimes, that's one of the easiest way to kind of control confrontation, you know? So I will know how to deal with that resident who get really frustrated, because I see them every day on the street knocking doors, and I know how they feel. And the first thing they ask me, what you going to do for the city? I said, no, what do you want me to do for the city? It's not about me. It's about serving. So I understand to draw back and let people vent. It's okay.
You. And my next question is kind of piggybacking off of that. Miami Gardens has seen some tense moments during city council meetings, including disagreements between elected officials and exchanges with residents that have sometimes disrupted meetings. What does professionalism on the dais mean to you? And how would you help maintain decorum while still allowing residents to feel heard?
To be let them just express their self. Sometimes you have to express your feeling, and then the person who it's coming to, just sit back and wait. Let that person, because you don't know what people going through every day. Sometimes they
Mhm.
cannot pay their light bill, they cannot pay their water bill, they cannot pay their mortgage. So it's okay to let them vent. When they come and they want to vent, let them vent. Listen and see where you and that person can come together and make one, come together and make one, because there is no way we can just go back and forth, back and forth. We'll never solve the issue and the problem. So we have to let one person talk. We have to let one person, just come out and do what they have to do. And then you can find a way of solving the problem like that. Because we both can be back and forth. Somebody have to be the quiet one.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for breaking that down. Um, my next question is, every campaign needs a strategy. What do you believe is your pathway to victory in this election? What communications, ideas, or messages do you believe will resonate most with voters?
I'm knocking the doors right now. And every time I go and I see a resident, the first thing they say, I never see nobody show up. I see you. And listening, I have to listen, because if I don't listen, I cannot fix the problem. So I'm going to go out there, and that's what made me different. And because um, I'm way different. I'm a friendly person. And so it's easy for me to walk up to someone and talk to them, and people tell me their problem and I listen. So that's the difference between me and my opponents. I listen, and I am a people person. So everyone, it's okay for them to walk up and talk to me, because I will listen.
Gotcha.
I will
Thank you. And we have
listen.
a
That's
few
what made
questions.
me different.
Gotcha, gotcha. Thank you for breaking that down. And Angela, I see some questions coming in from some of the audience, so we're going to ask you that. But this is a question that was asked to the other candidates that I want to make sure that I give you a chance to answer. It's a little fun question. So, someone last week posed the question about Jazz in the Garden. So,
Okay.
what would be, if elected, what would be your dream lineup for Jazz in the Gardens? If now that you're in the council, you have some say so, a little bit into what's going to happen. So, what would be your dream lineup at Jazz in the Gardens?
Okay. All right. I'm Jamaican. So first, there are just now, I will put reggae,
Clock it.
and I will make sure the gospel is one night. So I will have, we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will make sure we have a reggae night, we have a gospel night, and we have an R&B night.
Okay, so you would make Miami, the Jazz and Gardens into a 3-day event
Yeah,
instead of a
or
2-day
we can
event?
just even break it down even in one day, but we want to make sure we have everybody on the lineup. We need gospel, we need reggae, and we need R&B.
Okay,
So
okay.
so
So you want
everybody
a
got
whole day for each of the genres.
exactly.
Look, I'll take the 3-day Jazz in the Gardens, give a little Essence Fest energy. And here's the thing, I will say this. Beanie Man and Sean Paul have been two of the best artists that have ever touched the Jazz in the Garden stage. I don't care what nobody say. Fight Your Mama. The best energy, the best shows ever. And Kirk Franklin actually did one of the best shows too. So you on to
Yes.
something with their reggae and the
Yes.
in the
And the
gospel.
gospel. We need that,
Yes.
because we want to make sure everybody get what they want, because we have a lot of Christian faith people live in Miami Garden, and they want to hear gospel. I want to hear gospel
Mhm.
as well. You have a lot of people love reggae, so they want to hear reggae. I want to hear reggae. So you never know. So we want to give everybody a piece of the cake, not just one set. So and not even that, and even the Latinos, they with we have to give them a little piece of the cake too. So we want to make sure everybody get a
Okay,
little,
all right,
so
a little piece of
a
a
little
little everybody
piece.
get a little slice of the music and of the culture. Okay,
Yes,
okay. I
yes.
mean, but that's what your vision is. And you are entitled to it. Thank
Yeah,
you for
but
answering that
yeah.
question. Um, I want to talk to you about, what does success mean to you? If elected, what is one measurable accomplishment you hope residents will be able to point to 4 years from now and say, that happened because of my council member?
Affordable housing.
Mm,
I want to make sure affordable housing is one of my main thing. And so when they point at me, they can say, "Oh, she's I'm on."
Oh, you could have. I something fell, and I just
Oh,
wanted to make your full screen so you can keep talking. I'm
okay.
sorry,
Yeah.
but you can finish your thought. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Affordable housing. And the next one is better police officers. And when I mean better, not just police officers, great police officers that will do their work and will not let our city have that name of murder garden no more. So I want to make sure the police officers are there, are better than what they are today. So I will put in money to make sure we hire good police officers to help our city. So those are one of my main aspect. And with small business, put money out there, get grants for small business. You are a small business owner, so at least
Mhm.
bring in
I
all
need
the
to.
grants so
Yes.
you can expand your business. So that's what is one of my main goals.
Yes.
So
Thank
when
you,
they
and
look
thank you.
back the next 4 years, they can say, "Oh, my councilwoman did this."
Cool. And before we end, my scheduled questions, I actually want to get to a few of the questions in the chat that they have for you. And thank you, L Hughes F5E. I actually wanted to ask about Myrtle Grove Park renovation. This was something that was came up in our other conversation with the candidates running in your race. So when elected, what will be your priority or what will be your plan to get Myrtle Grove Park open? It's been, more than 8 years, since they've, had any traction over there. So what is your plan for renovations and opening Myrtle Grove Park?
With Myrtle Grove Park is a ASAP. I'm
Mm,
ready to. I get elected, I'm going to start working on that to make sure we don't wait for the next 3 years, 2 years. Let us start, put our heads together, get all the community who, all these, the ed ones in the community with the council members. We all come together and let this work. Let this happen ASAP. It's been closed too long, too long. And we need to get, I will push to get the construction start on Myrtle Grove. Yeah.
thank you.
Yes, I will
Um,
do it.
Here's a question from our media, sister over there at Miami Gardens now. What is one thing previous council members done who what is one thing the previous council member who held seat 4 did well that you would continue? And what is one thing you believe could have been done differently that you would improve if elected?
Leslie Estate. She did a good job on Leslie Estate. She did. And for one thing she could have do to improve a better thing is Myrtle Grove, the park.
Mm,
She could have pushed to get it done more. So I really think that's one of her. So if I get elected, I'm gonna push for that, and I want to continue with Leslie Escape with her whatever she have done. Yes.
okay. Here's another question from Shatoya Johnson. Everybody's going to want something different. You can't satisfy them all. You have to have a vision. What's your vision for the city of Miami Gardens for the next 2 years?
Okay. Everybody have their own issues and their own, yeah, and I cannot. Remember, I have to work with the other city council members, and I will work alongside with them to make sure for the next 2 years we make sure the budget is right. The first thing I want to do is do a budget. Like we want to work on that budget. So that's one of my first thing in office I want to do. Then I want to work alongside with the city council to make sure the traffic light cameras are off. I really, because paying $100 every time you go through, it's not right. and even through the school zone when schools are not in session, we are fined $100.
Mm,
I don't think it's right. So those are that's one of my main issue and my main concern in the next 2 years. I want to make sure I get done and affordable housing. So I want to make sure I work alongside with the federal government and with the Dade County to find out what kind of grants we can to help our resident with affordable housing. So that is my main goal in the next 2 years. So I can help. I can put forward.
thank you. Let me see what else is in here. We'll take one more question from the audience so we could get ready for our next guest. With the influx of traffic due to increased events within Hard Rock area, what would be implemented in regard to mitigate traffic in the surrounding areas?
Okay, we need different location and the making sure that we have different do not have the traffic inside of our community. Make sure they have venues that transport people from one end to the other end so they can find different parking space so we can have the trolley to bring them to the Hard Rock. So I want to work alongside that so that we don't have people who is not belong in our neighborhood is always back and forth in our neighborhood and make our resident uncomfortable and cannot get in because you have to go to work and you stuck in traffic. You coming home, you stuck in traffic. No, I want to make sure I put more of different routes and having the trolley transport the people, the events, people who come for these events into the stadium and out of the stadium so we can make less traffic troubles.
Okay. Thank you. And our last question. Why should the people of Miami Gardens trust you with their vote? And in 1 minute, make your case directly to the voters watching tonight.
Okay, my name again is Angela Maria Wynter, and I want your vote. I want you to elect me because I serve with dignity, I serve with love, and I serve with passion. And I'm a very passionate person, and I'm going to be there for my people, for the resident of the Miami Garden, not just C4, but the whole of the city of Miami Garden. I want your vote. I want to serve you. I want you to teach me what your needs are. Please vote for me. Vote for Angela Maria Winter, C4, in the beautiful city of Miami Garden. Punch 165, and it's winter time.
Hey, come on now, winter time. Come on. Look, before you go, Angela, tell our audience how they could learn more about you, support your campaign, volunteer, donate, social media website, all of those things. Let them know how they can
Okay,
connect with you.
you can connect with me with Facebook, Angela Winter, and we have a link in our bio. In my bio, you can go to. I'm on. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Is Angela Winter. I'm on TikTok, and you can go to Angela Winter, Angela Maria Winter. That that come, and you can donate into our AppBlue account, and it's good. It's okay if you donate 5, 10, 20. We need everything, and you can sign up because we have a volunteer page that you can sign up, and the website again is Winter for Miami Garden. So just go, yes,
Winter4MiamiGardens.com.
.com.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat for
Yes.
everybody who's watching. Thank you so much. I
Thank you
appreciate you
again
for
to have
coming
me.
on, for your patience. And yeah, we're getting ready for our next candidate. So if she's ready to go, she could give me a thumbs up. Our next candidate interview is going to be Miss Joy Jackson. So yeah, and we got Winter for MiamiGardens.com on the screen. If you want to learn more and connect with her, you can do that. And if you're
And you
watching
can
on
call
Facebook,
me too at
okay, give them your
305
number.
610 7163. Again, 305 610 7163. And I want to tell everyone thank you, thank you, thank you. AngelaMarieWinter.com. Go and check me out. And you know, I'm fun. So you just reach me and we can chit chat. Remember, thank you for your vote.
Thank you so much, Angela, for your time, and God bless in the race, and may the best person win. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she was so sweet, y'all. Thank you, Angela, for your time. I'm ready to get in this school board race. Y'all know, look, this next guest, I am really excited to have her on. We I will talk about it when she come on the screen. But if you follow me on personal on my personal Facebook page, you know me and Miss Joy Jackson have a interesting relationship right now. But I'm so excited to have her on. I see she has a lot of supporters already in the chat. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Miss Joy L. Jackson. She's running for Miami-Dade County School Board, District 1. Hey, Miss Joy.
Hey,
Oh, and I'm so happy we got that audio together, girl. Hey.
hey.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for your patience today. And we're gonna jump right into it because I want to be mindful of your time. And yeah, so are you ready to go?
I am ready. I'm ready.
Yes. Let's
Yes,
go.
do it. Let's
So
do it.
as we start all of our interviews, we like to introduce the candidates. So tell us about yourself and why you're running for Miami-Dade County School Board. What personal, professional, or community experience have prepared you to serve the students, families, and teachers and staff of District 1?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for having me here. I wasn't, hey, after that Facebook, I wasn't sure if we
Wait, wait,
that,
wait. Should we tell them what we talking about? Just a quick sidebar. Just a quick sidebar. So, Miss Joy team, it was raining down at an event, and Miss Joy team left a flyer on my car and a couple of other people's car. And I said, now, why would they do this? And so I took a picture, made a funny post about it. However, if you actually know neatly, I was like, I'm gonna give her I know I'm making like jest of it, but I'm giving her a little mini commercial. And a lot of people are like, who is this? And I'm pretty sure they started looking you up and stuff like that. So I'm like, even though I'm making fun of it, I'm also too gonna give her some, promo on my page. So it was all fun. I wasn't upset, but I was concerned, like, why was this on my I'm like, look, long as it came off my window, but I'm actually honestly glad that happened because I was able to connect with you and your team, and now you're on the show. So, everything happens for a reason.
amen. That's true. All things work together for good. My name is Joy L. Jackson, and I'm excited to be a part of your show. I had not heard about you before, but now I have, and I know that you have oh, many supporters. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. My name is Joy Jackson, and I am a teacher. I've been teaching for 51 years, and it's been a
Wow.
journey. It's been a journey. I grew up here in Miami-Dade County, elementary through high school, college, masters, postmasters, all of that, and so. My desire, my first teaching experience was in Homestead. And
Mm,
I drove like 76 miles a day to go to work. But the drive did not deter me. It drove me to become better. I grew up in a home of siblings over town. I'm a towner for life. I'm a towner. And my mother instilled that we go to school. We grew up in a home where my mom, I would watch her and I'd say, Mother, why are you not eating? She said, because I want you all to eat.
mm.
I grew up with servitude in my heart, watching my mom take care of us. All of my siblings attended college. Everybody graduated from college except one. I have two brothers that played professional football. Larry Little for the Miami Dolphins. He played on the
Oh, okay.
undefeated team. And David Little, my younger brother, he played for Pittsburgh for 14 years. So hard work is not something that is strange to the Little household because this is how we grew up. We grew up working hard, striving for the better, striving to helping others. So as an educator for over half a century, it is
Wow. Black don't crack.
it is in me, and what I I love what I do. As an educator, it is my responsibility and duty as a public school teacher to be a part of what was happening, not only in the classroom, but in the neighborhoods. At one point, and I was teaching at an EBD center school, and that's emotional behavioral disturbed students. And all of my students have IEPs, all of them have 504s. And there was an occasion that we had psychiatrists housed in my building, and they were afraid to give the medication to the student because their parents would take it and use it. I had to know the background, the community, what my students were going through at night. I had students going to sleep with gunshots, not
Mm.
a parent singing a lullaby, but gunshots, living in areas that were drug infested. I understood the struggle because this is where I came from, the struggle. Why am I running for school board? I'm running for school board because, first of all, I'm a servant and I'm also a pastor. And servitude is within me. I have a passion for students to be better. But right now, public schools are in trouble. I don't know if many of the listeners know just how much trouble public schools are facing right now. We are facing school closures. We are facing cohabitations. We are facing teachers not having the resources many times of what they may need. We are facing a time where students are no longer coming to school. Dade County last year had a deficit of about 6 to 7,000 students. This year, that deficit is elevating maybe to 8,000. Where are the students? Charter and private schools do not have all of them. Parents are afraid through immigration to bring their students, their children to school. This is the area that we're living in. So if buildings are empty, that means that teachers will either be surplused or dismissed. And I
Mm.
know the superintendent that we have at this present time, he stated that there will not be any teachers losing their positions. But the more the deficit of student population occur, no one is safe. People at the district are not safe. Doing testing, I don't know how many may understand or realize that doing testing, there were not enough substitutes because to handle teacher coverage for testing.
Well, Miss Joy,
Yes.
so just so we could get to all of the questions,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
you're kind of like speaking to some of the topics, so I just want to make sure that we could get to them, okay?
So
But is there
sorry. Uh,
finished talking about your
I'm,
qualifications and
I'm,
everything
I'm
that you wanted to
apologize.
say?
Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, just so you could get to, all of our questions. Okay. You got a lot of supporters in the comments. Joy run what are they saying? Joy run for
It-
it.
It's Run
What
Joy.
what's the joy for it? Joy for District 1? No, it was a little hashtag. No, joy Run, Joy, run. That's what they were saying. Run, Joy, run. I love it. I love it. So let's get to the next question because you'll be able to break down some of these things of what you're saying. Many voters aren't entirely sure what a school board member actually does. In your own words, what is the role of a Miami-Dade County school board member, and what do you believe are the most important responsibilities of that position?
Okay, I believe I did get the question, but you were breaking up at one point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
I'll repeat the question for you. Can you hear me now? Is it good?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Uh, Many voters aren't entirely sure what a school board member actually does. In your own words, what is the role of a Miami-Dade County school board member, and what do you believe are the most important responsibilities of that position?
Okay, a school board member provide educational leadership to the community, including the development and implementation of the community vision and long-range plans, close collaboration with principals, teachers, the community, other staff, and especially parents. We set district policies, school-wide policies, and annual goals. What we tie the community, school, parents, students together to make one vision. And we have long and short range goals and plans for educating our students. Some of we must have our priorities in place of how and what we are going to do. You see, the school board member, we develop the policy. We have policy and vision, and the superintendent, he acts as the administrator over that. The vision and policy should always be based upon student achievement. Everything always go back to the student.
Thank you. And what do you believe is the most important responsibilities of that position?
The most important policy is paramount because the school board member sets the policies for how the district is going to conduct itself. But the student, everything that the school board does, it has to reflect back to the student. You see that every decision made by the school board, it affects the student, the family, the employees, everyone throughout the district. So what I would do, I'm going to be a strong advocate for District 1, and I have to listen to the concerns of the parents, the teachers, students, community members. And then what happens with that school board member, we bring all of these voices back to the board. And then decisions will be made based on what is the best course of action for the student. What is the best? So as the length of time that I have been doing what I've been doing for over a century, experience has brought me to the table that every school must be supported and needs must be met in order for those schools to succeed. And let me put this in also. This is a vision that I really have to be as a school board member. I,
We'll get to that. So Joy,
I'm sorry.
because
I'm
it's
so
not even
patient. Go ahead.
It's not even that. I just want you to be able to get to all of your questions. So if you could try to get them answered within like a minute, 2 minutes, just so you could get to, because a lot of the things you're saying, we have questions for it. So I just
Okay.
want you to be, and I want it to be fair for all of the candidates. So, and I just don't want to have to like cut it off. You already know, like we're running a little bit behind. So that's the only reason why. And I hate to even feel like I'm rushing you, but I just want to make sure that you're able to answer all the questions and that we're able to get our next candidate on. So is that okay?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, but I
Oh,
just
that's
want to
what
make sure
we
you
are.
get to it. Everything. District One has experienced years of strong academic performance under Dr. Steve Gallen III's leadership, with many schools earning A grades and the district benefiting from a number of student and community initiatives. If elected, what parts of Dr. Steve Gallen's legacy would you work to preserve, and what changes or new priorities would you bring to the district?
Thank you for the question. I will continue with the student of the month, and that is something that each school have one student per month to come, and it's an awards assembly for students, and then the town hall where the community can come and speak, and they can talk about what it is that the good, the bad, and the ugly. That I will keep. Something that I would like to implement would be to find ways of having one of the top 10 schools in Dade County be in District 1. There's not
Mm,
one top 10 county, not one top 10 school um, in the county in District 1. You have, and there are only two public schools that made the list. The
oh
others,
wow.
the others are charter and private schools. So that would be one of my major goals, to have one of District 1 students, schools in one of the top 10 in Dade County.
I think that's a worthy goal because I didn't know that we didn't have any top 10 schools. So thanks for sharing that. My next question is Miami-Dade County Public Schools, like many districts across the county, continues to face teacher shortages and challenges in recruiting and retaining educators. And, as an educator yourself, I know you can really speak to this. What strategies would you support to attract, support, and retain high quality teachers and school employees?
That's the $1 million question. First of all, teachers need to be paid. Insurance. Whenever we go to negotiations, the top two tiers, teacher pay, insurance, respect, and enough resources to be able to teach their class. Autonomy. Teachers want autonomy, that you don't have to teach to a test, but you teach the students, because teaching to a test does not provide the true education that our students need. I'm grateful that the state of Florida has now re-implemented cursive writing back into the curriculum,
That
because
part.
I, our students did not know how to sign a check. They would print their name or they would scribble something. They do not understand how to read cursive writing. So that I will bring back. I'm glad that that is brought back to the district, of cursive handwriting. So those are things that I will be looking towards to do. I'm really passionate about bringing a top tier school back to into District 1.
Gotcha. Thank you. Um, School choice continues to be one of the biggest education debates in Florida. What are your views on charter schools, private school vouchers, and school choice? How do you believe these policies impact traditional public schools, and what role should the school board play in ensuring every child has access to a high quality education?
Miami-Dade public schools is the best choice that any parent can have. Miami-Dade County Public Schools provides everything that is needed and some. We have the electives. We have the technology. What have happened with vouchers? Charter, there's some charter and private school, and I can't say all of them, but there are some that they are not mandated under the same criterion as public schools. You have teachers that are not certified. You have principals that only thing you needed was a master's degree. It did not matter had you been trained in leadership or not. Just obtain a master's degree, and that is your qualification to be a principal. You have unqualified people teaching courses that they need help in themselves.
Mm,
With the voucher system and with this, that 9,000 and some odd dollars Yes, schools are taking that. And there are times that the school will send the child back to the public school because they cannot handle the discipline. Now, Dade County have to sue charter schools companies to get the money back because they are not relinquishing the money by themselves.
Mm,
Once the money should follow the child. And many times the monies do not. Schools keep the money and send the child back to a Dade County school. And then when they get back, there are times that they're so far behind that because public schools are going to stay on that curriculum. There are some, I'm not saying all of them, but some private and charter schools are, because they are not mandated to take the same asinine tests that Dade County school students have to take, the FAST, one a quarter. They are not mandated to do that. So therefore, when they send the kids back, they are so far behind. What will a board member do? This thing of charter and voucher system, this is something that Tallahassee has done. We have
mm.
to vote the people out of Tallahassee. We want it to be better. People must go to the polls and vote and stop voting against yourselves, but vote for your interest. And if we want our children with a top-notch education, public schools is the choice to go.
Thank you. Thank you for breaking that down. Um, my next question is, some Miami-Dade schools are facing declining enrollment while others continue to grow. How should the school board respond to lower enrollment, and what factors do you believe are contributing to these changes?
Wow. Lower enrollment, uh, the neighborhoods are changing. You have, there's some schools, if they had a high um, Hispanic or Mexican population or immigrant population, those schools have lost so many students because of
Mm,
parents being afraid to send their kids to school. It's not about so much as charter and private schools do play a factor, but God knows with this immigration, we have lost a lot of students. It is to the place now that Broward is advertising, sending mailers for neighborhoods in North Dade County that you can send your child to a Broward school. They're also sending them to West Palm Beach. This is just how bad it is. That this tri-county area, they are now trying to pull from each county to gain attendance in their schools. This is happening right now. This is just how bad it is. For me, instead of closing some of these elementary schools, you could have a smaller teacher ratio. There are some private schools have 8-to-1 teacher ratio, that you have 8 students and a teacher. Believe me, a teacher will have more time to spend with each child with a better education, better knowledge with a smaller ratio, but they're closing the schools.
you. And you kind of just spoke on this about like immigration and some of the ICE issues we've been having. We've heard concerns from educators and families that immigration enforcement and fears surrounding ICE have affected student attendance and enrollment in some communities. What impact, if any, do you believe that has had on Miami-Dade County Public Schools? And how should the district support students and families while remaining in its legal responsibilities?
In Homestead, they had a huge Mexican population, huge. The school where I first started teaching, Redondo Elementary,
Mhm.
in Homestead, every year we received tons of Mexican students because they followed the crops. That program has now closed because of ICE.
Mm,
Parents were afraid to send their kids to school. In fact, they were afraid to come outside. That's just how bad it was. down there. On
Mm,
northern end, it's getting it's going to get just as horrendous to some other nationalities of ICE coming and knocking on doors. Now, Dade County had placed that they were not allowed to come into the school building to try to take a child out. But a child walking to school, a parent walking with that child to school, they become fair game. What
mm,
what can Dade County uh, do as a school board member is to ensure that policies are in place, that our children are protected, that continue do not allow an ICE agent inside of a Dade County school building. Even on the property, they can't touch them. Once they reach the property, they can't touch them. That's the safe zone. So
mm.
this is just how bad it is, and the reason why numerous amount of students are no longer enrolled. And I continue to say, where are the children? They couldn't have just disappeared off the face of this planet. 8,000 more students. They are
Mm.
projecting not to be enrolled in Dade County School. Dade County, the third largest school system in the nation. The third, not the fourth, not fifth, the third. Where are the students?
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. My next question is, beyond academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for college and careers. Which of these issues, or another issue, if I didn't mention it, would be your top priority, and what specific actions would you take to address it?
Mental illness is on the rise. And I believe that Sears had an item on the school board of conflict resolution that in our schools, because like I was stated, the type of school that I taught, um, it's
Um,
it's
Joy, where you're breaking up a little bit. I just want to, audience, does she sound good on your end? Because it's breaking it up on my end. So I just want to give her an opportunity to make sure that we can hear her full answer. So is
uh,
she good on? Give me some thumbs up in the chat if we're good on the audio for Joy. Joy, can you give us a quick test and 1, 2?
testing. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mic check. Okay. Is she? Oh, she was breaking up. And you're better now for us, Joy.
Is it
Um,
okay? I'm not sure.
yeah, you're good now. It was breaking up a little bit. Um, but I'll repeat the question for you, just so you can have a fresh start. Beyond academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for college and careers. Which of these issues, or another issue, if not mentioned, would be your top priority, and what specific actions would you take to address it?
I believe one of I would think school attendance, because a child cannot learn if they don't come to school.
Mm,
And their parents, the curriculum now, many of our parents do not understand the curriculum to even help their children with homework. Therefore, attendance is a priority. Attendance means that they're safe. Attendance means that they are being loved. Attendance means because an educator is more than an educator. An educator becomes a mom, a dad, an uncle, um, a food provider, bringing clothes. We do it all. And once a child feels safe with that adult, they want to come. But there are times that outside factors keep students at home. So, but once they get to the building, attendance is paramount for me, because this is how they are educated. This is where they're shown love. This is where they learn how to interact with their peers. They learn how to share. Um, They learn in pre-K how to share a toy, how to become friends in pre-K. So attendance would be paramount for me. And how would I address that? How would I address absenteeism? I would begin to have not only have the community specialists to go to homes, but I would begin to walk and knock on some doors myself. I would show up. And this is the thing. We must show up. We must show parents and students that we actually do care. I agree with something your previous guest said, because as I was walking, one of the people that I was speaking with, this young man said, "You're the first person I've seen come." He said, "So I'm gonna vote for you because you showed up." He said, "I'm voting for you because you are walking these streets. I'm voting for you because I see you." And we have to show up. This is one of the areas that I believe that we can do better in showing up, not just at the big times, not just at the state championship, but show up just to show up, to find out, how are you? Is there anything that I can do to help? And this is what I believe would be paramount in helping with attendance. If not just the community specialists that go to the homes, but have a board member knock on that door and say,
Mm.
I see that your child have not been in school, and I'm here to see what I can do to help you ensuring that he gets back to school. That's what I would do. I would do that. It's needed. It's needed.
Um, Switching gears a little bit, I would like to ask you about this, especially as an entrepreneur. So I would love to know your thoughts on this. Should students have more access to financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and life skills? And if so, what would that look like?
Of course, yes, they should. There should be courses in that, starting in elementary school with entrepreneurship, developing a business mind. And the reason why I say that is because all students will not attend college. There are business minded students right now. If a student know how to formulate and be the leader of a game, that's leadership. That's showing that that student know how to put something together. Entrepreneurship is very much important in our school system, beginning, like I first stated, in elementary. What does it look like? It looks like having the right personnel to head that program. And that program should begin with students. And what it will do is also help with math skills. It would help with their thinking, critical thinking skills. It will ensure that students know how to count, how to write a check, how to make a business ledger, how to fill out applications, because all of this is vital. Every student will not be a Rhodes Scholar, but they can own a business. They can
Mm.
start, kids started with just a lemonade stand. That's starting a business. Yes, it should start. Yes, I agree with that.
Thank you. And my final question: why should the voters of District 1 trust you with their vote? Please tell voters how they should, support your campaign as well, and how they can follow you on social media. But before we get into that, tell the voters in District 1 why they should trust you with their vote.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. And thank you for allowing me to be on your show. I really, I'm glad I met you.
Of course.
The people of District 1 should vote for me because for 51 years, I have been doing this. 51 years, I've been not only teaching, not only mentoring, but being a part of the community, being a part of their family. My parents, they know they can call me. If my parents can, I am an accessible individual and I love what I do. I know that through my experience with 51 years, I have seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've experienced the ugly. I've learned from each of those areas what it takes to make it happen. I look at the former board members and see how they have structured their policy making. I'm looking at because I attend board meetings. I'm listening to what they're saying, and most important, I listen to what they are not saying. I would measure my my goals by looking at my students, looking at the community, looking at the needs of the people, and getting the job done. As I forestated, I am a music teacher, where I was a music teacher. I just retired.
Oh, congratulations.
51 years, thank you. And what I did to bring parents together, I had a breakfast for ESE parents, a support group that they can come and express their hurt, their pain, their fears, their joys. I would like to bring this across Dade County, that parents can come. This is not the PTA, this is not the ESAC, but a support group for parents, whether they're Gen Ed or ESC, IND, ASD, it doesn't matter. But just bringing parents together one by one to hear their needs and bring community and stakeholders together. This is what I would do as a board member. I would make sure the policies are in alignment for student achievement. Policies are in alignment for teacher retention, for teacher salary growth, for everyone that's a part because of the village. And I know many times we just talk about teachers, but paraprofessionals, clerical, security monitors, cafeteria workers, principals, this is what it's going to take. And I know by working in that system, I could have been a principal. I was asked numerous times, I went to training, but my heart was in there in the foxhole where students actually needed someone that cared. And I am that one that care for the people, the community, the homeless, those that feel left behind and left out, because we will not level down in District 1, we will level up, and we will level up to the top. My name is Joy, and I know they put run Joy run because I run in the morning. I run every morning. So I'm running for school board District 1, and I know that I am the best choice for that seat. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Come on, run, Joy, run in the comments. Give me some applause in the comments. Thank you so much, Joy. Real quick, let people know how they can support you, how they can find your website, donate, social media, all the things, how they can connect with you. And if somebody from your team could put your website in the chat for me real quick, well, I'll make sure I put that on the screen.
Right. They can put how to give in the chat, please, because I have it on this. But I'm on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, and you can contact me either way. And someone will put it on the chat how to give. I think they're putting it on the chat now. But thank you so much. Thank you. And I really appreciate you. I've wanted to meet you ever since that night. But
Yeah.
thank
We
you.
actually were, I
I
didn't know.
apologize.
No, 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 you good, you good. Please don't apologize. I'm real silly and I be doing the most. So don't don't take it no way. And we actually were in the same room at Rep Johnson's, not Rep Johnson, Rep Felicia Robinson's event last week, but I didn't get a chance to come over to you, introduce myself at the time. I think you, by the time I looked up after talking, you were gone, but we actually
Oh,
were in the same room recently because I
oh
heard you
wow.
speaking at her
Oh,
town hall.
wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. And just give me nobody has put the website in the chat. So, oh,
They
here it
did.
is. I see something for payment. PayPal, Joy L. Jackson for the campaign. Okay. So if you guys want to donate and you guys can follow her on social media. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of our candidates who have come on tonight and your patience. I'm gearing up for my next guest. I'm gonna bring her on the screen. If she gives me a thumbs up, we'll get ready to go. But thank you so much, Miss Joy, for coming on. I appreciate you, and we got to meet in person.
Yes, we do. God bless.
Yes. Good night. Oh, thank you. It's a ladies' night. I love that all the beautiful queens, all the black women's are here tonight, and I love that. And I want to just give a special thank you to my our final candidate tonight. All of her supporters, y'all make sure y'all give her some love in the chat as well. I see all the run joy runs, the jump for joys, and all the joys down in my heart. I love y'all in the chat. I love how all the candidates have told their people to come. I saw wintertime in the chat earlier. So if you were here for our next candidate, Thera Johnson. Make sure y'all show her some love. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Miss Thera Johnson. Hey there. And is it Thera or Thera? I just want to make sure I'm saying it
It's
correctly.
Tara.
Look, I'm totally wrong. So I'm glad.
It's okay.
and,
I've been dealing with
look,
my whole life, but it's okay.
Tara, look, and a lot of the candidates, this is my first time interacting with you guys, you know, or even speaking to you all. So, guys, y'all excuse me because y'all know that's first rule of journalism. You get that name right, okay? So, I want to
Yes.
give you your things. Thank you for your
Thank
patience.
you.
We were running a little bit behind, so if you're okay to stay with us for the through all the questions, I would love to make sure that you have your opportunity to
Absolutely.
speak to
Absolutely.
to the residents of District 1. Okay.
Good evening. You ready?
So, oh,
Okay.
well, oh, you ready. I
Oh,
love
I'm
it, Miss
ready, ready.
Tara, Miss Tara. Okay, so we're gonna jump
I'm
right
ready,
into the
ready.
next question, okay? I mean, the
Okay.
first question. And just so everybody knows, for everyone who was running in the same race, we are asking, the same questions so that
Okay.
everybody is fair. And if we may have, and tonight, just because of time, I didn't answer any questions in the chat like we did with other races, but I just wanted to be fair to Miss Johnson's time. So let's get
Thank you.
into our first question. Tell us about yourself and why you're running for Miami-Dade County School Board. What personal, professional, or community experiences have prepared you to serve the students, families, teachers, and staff of District 1?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Janae, for hosting this incredible platform for us as candidates to come on and speak to the community. It's definitely very important. So, for sake of time, like I said, I'll just jump right in and answer the questions. And hopefully, if we do have time, we can reach out to some of the people in the chat. Professionally, personally, I am a parent. That's my first qualification. I'm a parent of children that attend school in Miami-Dade County. And I have been out in the county and the community for many years. Personally, I have a master's degree from the University of West Florida in public administration and a bachelor's degree from Florida International University in recreation therapy, which is what I currently do. I work with children with special needs that are coming out of Miami-Dade County Public Schools into our after-school programs on a daily basis. So I've done that for the last 14 years right here in Miami-Dade County. I'm a homegrown product of District 1. I'm an alumni of Miami Norland Senior High School. I graduated there in 2000. And I just know that it takes a village to do what it is that we need to do for our children. So I know I'm a part of that village. I've coached in numerous programs within District 1, from the North Bay Bulldogs, Miami Scott Lake Track Club over the years. And we've just come out and try to help our community members as much as we can. I formerly ran for City Council District Seat 3, which is right there in Miami Gardens as well. So I'm familiar with the process of getting out, reaching out to our voters, and setting the public policy that we need to make sure that our children in Miami-Dade County Public Schools are successful. And that is my primary focus for wanting to run for the seat. Dr. Gallen has done an amazing job in the last decade that he's held down that seat, and I want to continue on that legacy, and I'm ready to serve our community.
Thank you so much. And Thera, you know, Miss Angela and Miss Joy kind of took their time answering the questions. So I don't want you to feel rushed either. We just gonna keep
No,
it
I
fair.
don't. I don't.
So I
I'm
don't want you
just,
to feel like, you know, but
yeah,
I
no,
do
I
know
like
that's
to
a
get
Miami
straight. Yeah,
island thing where we speak fast, but I just
I
want you, I don't want you to feel, you know, rushed through your questions, okay? And also too, every candidate interview will be edited, you know, for its own interview, like for their start point and their end point, and we'll be posting that like as a separate video on our YouTube, so and an article on our website. So just so you all know who are watching at home, and just so you know the candidates know as well.
perfect.
Let's jump right into our next question. Many voters aren't entirely sure what a school board member actually does. In your own words, what is the role of a Miami-Dade County school board member, and what do you believe are the most important responsibilities of the position?
In my own words, someone who is on the school board is that advocate. They are that voice for making sure that the members, the schools, the districts, the personnel, the students, the families are heard. We listen to their cries, we listen to their concerns. We also celebrate their wins. We celebrate their achievements and their accomplishments, and we set policy to make sure that everyone is getting their fair share, in essence, of the pie. Our schools are supported through tax funding and tax dollars, and we want to make sure that the hardworking community members, such as myself, who live in District 1, we want to make sure that our dollars are going back into our school and making sure that the children are receiving the best opportunities for success. So we want to ensure that we are reading through legislation. We are understanding how choices that are made in Tallahassee at the state level are coming down to us at the district level, at the, you know, the locals and district levels. So we want to make sure that we are aware of these things. And like the former candidate spoke about, we want to make sure that we're voting, because the individuals that are making these policies and these legislations, it's important that we understand who they are and how it's going to affect our children down the pipeline. So we want to just be those advocates to push out all that information to the parents, to the families, and supporting the schools in the best ways that we can as the school board members.
Thank you for your answer. My next question is, excuse me, District 1 has experienced years of strong academic performance under Dr. Steve Gallen's III's leadership, with many schools earning A grades and the district benefiting from a number of student and community initiatives. If elected, what parts of Dr. Gallen's legacy would you work to preserve, and what changes or new priorities would you bring to the district?
I would definitely work to preserve, as you stated, the strong academic progress that we have made over the last several years. And I want to ensure that our schools are understanding how important that is, to make sure our student success is our top priority every day. So I would definitely strive to get us as a full A school district, A-rated school district at every level: elementary, middle, and high school, as well as any of our secondary schools, our learning programs that are in District 1, and making sure that everything that we do shines at a national level. As Dr. Joyce said, we want our schools to be in those top 10 schools in the nation. And what she was referring to is all school districts are ranked nationally. And we want to make sure Miami-Dade County Public Schools in District 1 are on those lists. And in those conversations, in those topics of conversations, that generates funding, that generates donations, that generates a lot of good results. So we want to follow that legacy that Dr. Gallen has set. I definitely will be leaning towards him to provide some advice and some insight to how we can continue on those paths. And then as far as changes, I wouldn't make changes. I would just make improvements. And then I want to make sure that things go upwards and continue to progress in a manner in which we are reaching the levels where all of our schools are A-grade schools. All of our attendance is up. All of our programs are, being recognized, being attended, and making sure we're providing the students, again, with every opportunity for success.
Thank you. Miami-Dade County Public Schools, like many districts across the country, continues to face teacher shortages and challenges recruiting. Miami-Dade County Public Schools, like many districts across the country, continues to face teacher shortages and challenges in recruiting and retaining educators. What strategies would you support to attract, support, and retain high-quality teachers and school employees?
We have to start at the moment where students are deciding to become teachers. And that starts in our school system. That starts in the curriculums that we implement on a daily basis. It also starts with the types of teachers that are teaching our students. If you are looking at a person every day, you're deciding, do I want to be like this person or do I want to be different? And a lot of times the impact that we have really does start right in the classrooms. So it is important to attract our students from those levels and build more of a pipeline from schools to teaching. It's almost that cycle of giving back and giving back to what was taught to you as a student. So I would definitely build a program of pipeline for student to professional to educators so they understand the process. They are doing these things within the curriculum, implementing those types of programs where they're leaving high school, let's say, with an AA degree in teaching. And now they're going towards putting their focus on the next 2 years on becoming an educator and just making that process a lot more streamlined and accessible on on a lot of levels.
Thank you for breaking that down. Very comprehensive plan. My next question is, school choice continues to be one of the biggest education debates in Florida. What are your views on charter schools, private school vouchers, and school choice? How do you believe these policies impact traditional public schools, and what role should the school board play in ensuring every child has access to a high quality education?
First, my personal view is parents do have a choice. They have a choice. They should have a choice in their child's education, and they should have a choice in where their children go to school, and all of those things. That choice starts with the parent. What we have to do as school board members is make the choice very like one of those, like it's a no-brainer type of thing. We want them to bring their children to our schools. So as school board members, we have to make sure that our curriculums are competitive with those of other choice of other schools, as far as private schools, charter schools, and ensuring that everything that we are offering or that is being offered by what we can look at as our competitive educators. We want to make sure that we're offering those things within District 1, within Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Even if it's not at every single school, we definitely need to be offering everything across the board at many of the schools within our districts. Even if you have those core schools, like some of them do like the magnet programs that are offered only for dance or theater or, legal studies, medical magnet. So we want to make sure that students in our districts have so many choices and so many options that the only choice that they want to make is attending Miami-Dade County Public Schools and continuing to provide us with the opportunity to make them as successful as we can, so they don't want to make the other options or the other choices that might be available to them. And just continue down that path, make our schools attractive by keeping our grounds clean, keeping our buildings maintained and up to code and up to standard, rebuilding schools. We have quite a few new schools under Dr. Steve Gott, and that would be something else that we would continue to invest in infrastructure and making sure that the schools are safe. You can't send a child to a school that's falling down on them, desks that are falling down on their laps. So we just want to make sure that Dade County Public Schools is the most attractive choice to every parent that's out there.
I like that. And actually, as you know, myself, a product of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, shout out to Carroll City and Northwestern, where I graduated from. I think to your point, parents do need a choice, but let's make sure our public schools is the best high quality, choice. So I
Correct.
really like how you broke that down. My next question is some Miami-Dade schools are facing declining enrollment while others continue to grow. What should the school board respond? Excuse me. How should the school board respond to lower enrollment? And what factors do you believe are contributing to these changes?
Um, for sure, once you notice that a school is declining in any area, that would definitely be a school that I would target. Do a lot of research, try to get to that principal, to those administrators, discuss what those data points have been. If it's a continual thing, if it's an isolated incident, like Dr. Joyce said, that we are in the times of ice and raids and things of that nature. I know that may not primarily affect every district, but there are some districts being heavily affected by that. And we just want to make sure if it's an isolated incident that we're able to ride the wave. And again, doing our best to make schools more attractive for the students, for them to come to school, be there, educate themselves through Miami-Dade County Schools, providing innovative education. The classroom is not for everybody in a classroom setting. So we might need to provide more innovation. Some of the newer schools that have different learning environments, higher chairs or desks where kids can stand and do their work, fidget toys, just things that we're implementing into the classrooms to make the environments more accessible for everyone. And then parents will be more apt to bringing their children into school and making sure that they're there, they're learning, they're engaging, and being, again, as successful as they can be.
Thank you. Um, My next question is we've heard concerns, this, piggybacks off of my previous question. We heard concerns from educators and families that immigration enforcement and fears surrounding ICE have affected student attendance and enrollment in some communities. What impact, if any, do you believe this has had on Miami-Dade County Public Schools? And what should be the district support and how should this district support students and families while remaining within the legal responsibilities? Remaining in its legal responsibilities.
Yes, it definitely has had an impact on Miami-Dade County Public Schools, the students, their families. And again, you can't learn if you're in fear. So creating a safe environment for our students, for parents to know when they're drop their child off in one manner and in one condition, and they receive that child back in the same manner and in the same condition. So we want to just go in and make sure that as the school board, we're working together across the districts, because we have to be on one accord as school board members in these types of cases and scenario, because again, it does become a legal matter. So we want to lean to our legal boards, our legal professionals, the experts legally that can advise us on things that we can do to make our environment safer, ensure that parents are understanding that their children are coming to learn and not coming to be, trapped or baited into imprisonment or worse.
Mm.
And we want to make sure that they understand that it's important for the children to be at school, continuing to learn so they can have a brighter future, so they can in turn become some of those legal professionals that we need so heavily and we rely on so heavily to get into Tallahassee and change legislation and change the legal aspects so that our schools are off grounds for anything except for education, except for extracurricular activities, learning, building success, building lasting friendships and relationships with their peers. And they can come there and not feel any weight of the outside world. They just have to come and learn.
Thank you. Beyond academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for college careers. Which of these issues or another issue you mentioned would be your top priority And what specific actions would you take to address it? And I fumbled through that and I just really want to read it over. So, beyond
Okay, go ahead.
academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for colleges and careers. Which of these issues or another issue, if not mentioned, would be your top priority, and what specific actions would you take to address it?
Although they are all very important priorities across the board, and I would weigh them just right up there together. I think school safety would be one of the ones that I would definitely target. I really feel that it starts there. You want to have children and students come into a welcoming environment, and they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel like they're going from home to their school home, and we want them to come in ready to learn, ready to engage. So that would be my first priority, just making sure all of our students are safe, they are in good environments. If that includes increasing school security and hiring qualified, overly qualified school security guards, running numerous background checks, and making sure that we are hiring the right individuals to perpetuate that. We don't want our male students or our female students coming to school in fear of anything outside of things that are taking place, again, outside in the community. We can't solve every problem outside of the school gates, but we definitely want to make sure that inside of the school gates, we are keeping our students safe so they can learn, and that's all they have to focus on. They can do their college applications, they can do the things that they need to do because they're getting mental health services at the school. We want to make the schools the environment where they can go for everything that they need to ensure that they are given every opportunity, every resource out there that we can provide them. And as a school board member, we need to make sure that all of those are priorities and ensure that we are looking at everything across the board and just giving the kids our all every day that we're there, not just one Wednesday a month. We want to be out there in the schools, on the grounds all the time.
Thank you. Thank you for breaking that down. And my next question is, like I said earlier, I'm an entrepreneur, so this one is close to my heart. Should
Yes,
students have more access to financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and life skills? And if so, what would that look like?
absolutely. As we all know, in some of our communities, financial literacy is on the back burner. We are taught to read, we are taught to write, but we're not taught certain aspects of monetary value where it comes to home mortgages, ownership, like you said, opening a business, and the tracks and paths to be able to attain those things. Education is the foundation of everything. However, we want to make sure under that branch of education, financial literacy is a part of there. So bringing in more contracted vendors, Black-owned businesses, Hispanic-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, just across the board, whatever is resources are out there. Us as school board members researching the products that are out there on the market that can teach our kids everything they need to know about life and everything they need to know about becoming an adult, because they're going to go from elementary, they're going to go to middle school, and they're going to go to high school. And quite a few of our students, they just aren't prepared for what real life looks like. So we need to give them a little bit more or a lot more insight to that through trainings, through extracurricular programs, extracurricular activities that target just financial literacy, resources. We have independent contractors such as yourself come out to the school, do programs, do assemblies for the students, meet you all, more career fairs, and things that the students, again, they're going to really need as they lead up into those careers. And even just, again, as far as elementary, just kind of planting those seeds early at a young age and helping them understand the value of a dollar and what it's going to mean to be able to count your money, save your money, invest in things such as the stock markets and businesses. It's so many levels to financial literacy, but ultimately, without money, we can't do a lot of things. We can't eat, we can't live. So we have to make sure that the kids are also in while they're reading, writing, and learning, they're learning about those real life skills that it's going to take for them to be successful adults and not go into other areas that we don't want them to go into, trying to find out and figure out things that we could have taught them while they were in school.
Thank you. And finally, my last question. Why should the voters of District 1 trust you with their vote?
The voters of District 1 should trust me with their vote because I am just like them. I'm a voter myself, right in District 1. Again, I went to Miami Northern High School. I was born and raised in District 1. So many of the students that I see, I know their parents. I'm familiar with their stories, and I understand what it is that we need as District 1 families, as District 1 teachers, as District 1, like, school personnel, all of the above. I know personally teachers that currently teach at the high schools, at the elementary schools. So this was a reason why I ran. I wanted to be the voice that speaks for the people, not just someone who wants to maybe be elected to a seat or something along along that nature. I don't want to run as a politician. I want to run as a member of the community who wants to advocate for the people of the community who are just like me.
Thank you so much, Miss Thera. Come on. I need y'all to
Thank
give
you.
her some love in the chat. I need y'all to give her some clap. It's still about 35 of us watching right now live. She to end off the night to come in
Thank
here
you.
poised and ready to go. I just commend you because this is your time. This is your,
Yes.
your personal time with your family. You decided to say, hey, I want to come on this evening and talk to the audience that is Hilo News. So being the last person
Yes.
sometimes is not always easy in the lineup. So I just want to thank you for sticking it out with us, even with our, delays in our production today. And I just want to just give you your, some extra kudos for that because that's not an easy thing to do. And to
Thank
all of
you.
y'all who stayed on, even the amount of people that are still here, and you guys want to learn about local government and school boards, like that just shows me where we are as a community right now. And I'm really, really loving it. So let's give ourselves
Perfect.
some love
Yeah,
in the chat,
I want us
okay?
to teach our kids that we can do it. They can do anything they want to do. They can do anything they want to do. They don't have to come from a certain name, a certain background.
Mhm.
If they want to do it, I want to be one of the school board member that teaches them how to.
Thank you. And Tara, before I let you go, and I'm saying that correctly, right?
Tara, yes. The
Tara,
H is silent.
I'm gonna just say Miss Johnson. Um,
Thank you.
Miss Johnson. Um, before I let you go, please let people know how they can connect with you, support you, volunteer, donate, social
Yes.
media, all of the good things. Let them know how they can connect with you.
You can follow me on social media under my name, Thera Johnson, Thera, Johnson, Johnson. As you can see on my shirt, I have a very unique name, so it's not going to be a whole lot of Thera Johnsons that you find. I have a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram. I believe one of my team members is putting all that information into the chat, so feel free to share. If you want to donate to my campaign, it is Thera Johnson campaign. And you can do that through Cash App. You can do that through Zelle. You can reach out to me directly. My phone number is 305-502-8923. That is my campaign phone number. And feel free to contact me, reach out. I want us to, I want to sit in living rooms. I want to talk to parents. I want to talk to the community. So please reach out to me. I'm looking forward to speaking to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Johnson. Like I said, amazing job. Kudos to everybody who wanted to hear from the school board members and the candidates tonight, so you guys can make the best decision for your life. Tara, thank you again. And may the best person win. God bless you on your campaign. Thank you again for
Thank
coming
you
on
so
Hilo
much,
News.
Janae, for having us.
No, look, I get
This
Janie
is
too, so
important.
I get it. So I'm a
Yeah.
girl who understands it. But thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so
No
much. We'll
problem. You
be
have
in
a great
touch.
evening.
You have
And
a good
blessings for
evening.
more blessings for you and your media company.
Same to you. Thank
Okay.
you. Man, it was a Black woman super show today. Look, it's honestly for me, this is so special because I know some candidates, especially if you don't have the big name or all the money, you may not, get the interviews. You may not be able to get on all the platforms. You may not even have a team, a PR team that could even connect you to a media. So for me, this is a labor of love. Like I said, I've added another day for broadcasting to do this because it's so important to me. And I'm just going to push through. Y'all pray for God be a Gatorade. God be a Gatorade and a Celsius and a B12 or whatever else gonna give me some energy. And y'all pray for me. It's gonna be a marathon between here and August 18th. But it is so important to me that I provide a platform for people, especially who look like me, who are running in my community and not play favorites. And so we are going to do as many interviews as we can. All of the candidates too are reaching out to us. This Thursday, we have um a Rep Ashley Gant, who's running for state senator. She'll be with us, joining us Thursday for our live show. We have Paul Wilson, who's coming up. We have Rudolph Moise, who's on the coming up. Mayor Del Holness is coming up. So we got a lot of candidates who are now, checking us out and want to be on the show. So kudos to y'all for seeing value in the platform. Please, please, please tell people if they're running for races in Miami Gardens, Congressional District 20 and 24, school board race, District 1, and Circuit Judge 11, Group 11. I just know Bonita Peabody is running for that race. So you're in that race with her, with Bonita. Please hit me up for an interview. And just reach out to us. Those are the ones we're going to do podcast interviews for, and we're going to be sending our questionnaires to the other judicial races. But it is really important to be able to have these conversations. I really, really love y'all. I really love y'all for rocking with me. And I know my girl and my admin is going to kill me if I do not plug our upcoming events. I forgot to say this at the top of the show because I just wanted to get in because we were running so behind. Thank you so much. So we are officially doing Politics and Chill July 29th at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Co-Space in Miami Gardens, and on August 4th at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at We Shuckin' Restaurant in Pembroke Pines. Shout out to our sponsors and our partners, Co-Space and We Shuckin', for being a partner with us to have our events. So I hope to see y'all there. Look, this is going to be a event, a kickback that y'all never seen before. We're going to have free refreshments. We're going to have music and a live discussion about the conversations that we have, even though we have our conversations on High Low News, but we gonna have some real deep conversations, a safe space. I'm gonna, encourage people not to record so we could just really talk about things that we want to talk. And so this has evolved from just an event in Miami to a tri-county event right now. West Palm Beach, the West Palm Beach location and date is pending, but we're gonna go across South Florida talking to y'all about the issues that y'all want to talk about, allow y'all to ask the questions, have a safe space, and be like, well, I want to ask about this issue in my community, or I want to ask about this person in my community. Yeah, we're gonna go there. We are going there. So we're going to have our drinks. We're going to have our food, our light refreshment. Shout out to We Shuckin', who's going to be sponsoring the food for our events as well. So y'all don't want to miss this. Make sure y'all get those days. Let me say them for y'all again. We're going to be July 29th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Co-Space in Miami Gardens, and August 4th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at We Shuckin' Restaurant in Pembroke Pines. Y'all make sure y'all pull up. Tell a friend. It's free. These are our first of our kind political events. We're calling it Politics and Chill. And right now we're still pending for the Yo I Voted election night party. So we're still in the process of 183 and Freezy Lee Prince over there. We're trying to figure out the details, but more than likely we're gonna get that going. So, but once we have all the flyers and everything, I'm gonna put it on my social media page. But I just wanted to plug that tonight for everybody who was watching. Because if you sitting here tonight on a Tuesday watching people talk about running for election in Miami Gardens and the school board, you care about politics. You are my people. So I just wanted to drop that for y'all. I love y'all. This has been another great night. Thank you. Great interviews. Another great job, Janae. I wish all the candidates well. Thank you, mommy. And here's the thing. My mom was a super voter. So don't just think she watching me. She also watching to do her ballot to know who she going to vote for. She is a super voter. And so it's a lot of people who are watching. Thank you so much, Tam Bam. Thank y'all to everybody watching. Again, sorry we couldn't do some of the candidates questions like we did with the other races. And you know what I'm gonna have to do, y'all? Because this show is supposed to be like an hour and 15 minutes. Everybody's supposed to have between 20 and 25 minutes at the most. So what I'm gonna have to tell the ladies is if they are running late, if they don't do the tech support check-in, we're going to have to cut that time off. We're going to cut it off at 25 minutes because it's not fair to the other candidates that get here early. It's not fair to my viewers to be watching a 2-hour show and trying to wait for their candidate to come on. I just want this to run a little bit tighter. As I said, I'm not even charging these candidates like other media outlets be charging people to do interviews like this. So, but I do want to be mindful of people's times. And this is our first time doing it like this. So we're going to get the kinks out and get it rolling. But I think I'm going to have to implement that, y'all. What y'all think about that? Because I just, you know, it was just certain things going on behind the scenes that kind of slowed us behind. But I also too have grace for my elderly people. we gonna have grace for our elders, and they move a little bit slower than the millennials and the Gen Zers, and shoot, the Gen Zers and the Gen Alphas running circles around me. So I'm gonna want somebody to have grace for me when I'm older. But we do, just for sake of time and production and just other candidates' time. I think if we, especially to this Tuesday show, is about the interviews and the candidates. So we're gonna need that to run a little bit tighter, just so everybody has a fair time. So we gonna do that. And I hope y'all okay with it. I hope no other candidate don't feel no sort of way. We will send disclaimers so y'all know ahead of time. But if you dragging with your answers, but everybody knew that ahead of time. They knew the time period they had. But if you dragging with it, I'm gonna have to cut you off, and I'm gonna be like, hey, unfortunately, we didn't get through all the questions, but your time is up. Do y'all feel like that's fair? Do y'all feel like it's fair? I'm about to yes, do that. Okay. And when my mama told me to do it, I'm gonna do it. That's all the affirmation I need. God dang it. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Look, we're about to pay some bills before we get out of here. So, just let this run. Even if you ain't even looking at the screen, just let it run. Give us our things on YouTube, like and share. Share this episode with somebody. And we're about to pay some bills before we get up out of here. I love y'all. I mean it. And, God bless y'all. And we will see y'all Thursday for another amazing show. Oh, and just want to let y'all know. I just want to let y'all know. Thursday, whoever in here, because y'all gonna know. We talking about them attack ads. First of all, I don't like my hair sticking up like this. But we gonna talk about the attack ads that Senator Jones and Commissioner Oliver Gill have been hurling at each other. We're gonna have to get into it. And we're gonna talk about that alligator Alcatraz and the PAC money and who took what and what it mean and what the companies do and all the other things. And I want to ask y'all what y'all think about it too. So we're gonna get into it on Thursday. Y'all don't want to miss Thursday, because I got some hot takes that y'all may not even agree with, but I'm going to give it to y'all anyway. But y'all already know we come in here and keep the conversation going. So I'm giving y'all a preview for Thursday. Do not miss it. Also, 2 weeks, like I said, we'll have candidate interview with State Representative Ashley Gann, who's running for state senator. And we're going to get into all the things. So I will see y'all Thursday. And Andrea, I appreciate you this past your bedtime. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I will see y'all on Thursday. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Come on, Joy got a lot of supporters. I love y'all. Came through and ran my numbers up. I'll see y'all Thursday. Love y'all. Bye.
Hi, I'm Katrina Wilson, and I am running for school board member, District 1. I've been a lifelong educator for more than 30 years, and I have served in Miami-Dade County Public Schools for almost 40 years. I think that I have a depth of knowledge about education and an experience that has allowed me to understand many, many details, from the very, very lowest of the low to the very, very highest of the high. Education is the gateway to the future. I think it allows you to dream. Our children are the single most important thing to the future of our city, the future of our country. The more we give to them, the more we impart into them, the stronger we are. My top priority would be to stay in line with where we're headed. I would ensure transparency of the use of taxpayers' dollars through being just that, transparent. The one thing I learned about being a principal is that I always was available to my parents, even in the toughest of times. Voters should choose Katrina Wilson to represent them on Miami-Dade County Public School Board. One, because I'm a product of Miami-Dade County Public School Board. Two, I began at the age of 18 in Miami-Dade School Board as a clerk, and I worked my way up and through. I have had successes with children, and I have been able to take the least of kids and make them the best of kids. I can see their futures. I see their futures in the eyes, not only of the child, but I see it in the eyes of the parent. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to work with, to believe with, and to achieve with the parent, the teacher, and the child. That's why voters should vote for me.
Every drop has a purpose. It nurtures more than just our gardens. Protect what connects us. Conserve what sustains us. Because water is life.
Plastic bags don't go in the recycling. It's Recycle Right, the game where we find out what's recyclable and what's garbage. Ready to play? Go. So many items we toss daily like cardboard, cans, cartons, glass, and plastic bottles can actually be recycled in our curbside collection program for a cleaner community. The rest is garbage, like your uncle's aim. When you recycle right, we all win. Take your victory lap.